He told me I should not do fish farming. Is here? No, you have to. You remember when I announced the idea? No, it's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, when I announced the idea, when I said I wanted to go into fish farming, he said, "Why do you want to go into fish farming?" My mom was against it. Him himself, he was against it.
Yeah, correct.
He was against it.
Yes.
And they said, you study electrical. So he's here, but today he's happy that I took that decision. So why did you say I should not go into fish farming then? That is what they want to hear.
I want to hear.
I've been hearing of Engineer Matthew Akban, the person I stayed with while I was growing up from my primary school stage to secondary school. So this is my uncle, Engineer Matthew Akban. All right, so a lot of you guys have been asking, how did you start? How did you start? I started from his farm as a small boy. You understand? So I grew up with him in Delta State, Saple and Ogorode in Saple to be precise.
Yes, okay.
Understand? And then he was working with a Saple power station, that is NEPA by then. And then NEPA staff, and he also had a fish farm, 18 pond, I think about six
of them.
18 pond. And then we usually stock up to about how many fish? 7,000 to 6,000 fish. Yeah. So we had up to about we had different types of fish. We have the catfish and heterotis. Yeah, the fish that used to swim like this. Yeah. So by then, before I go to school, we have to prepare feed. Then all these feed that they are buying, we don't used to buy feed then. We only buy raw materials to produce feed. So when I started my own farm, 2017, in fact, he was there when we were discussing the idea, still in this community. He told me I should not do fish farming. Is here? No, you have to. You remember when I announced the idea? No, it's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, when I announced the idea, when I said I wanted to go into fish farming, he said, "Why do you want to go into fish farming?" My mom was against it. Him himself, he was against it.
Yeah, correct.
He was against it.
Yes.
And they said, you study electrical. So he's here, but today he's happy that I took that decision. So why did you say I should not go into fish farming then? That is what they want to hear.
I want to hear.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. You camera.
Let me start from a memory lane.
Yeah.
I developed interest in fish farming when I was reading the Sunday Times.
Okay.
At that time, they used to talk about farming in Sunday Times and talk about fish farming. I have some interest about it. And in Delta State, the Delta region, or Delta State to be specific, the condition of their land, the environment is very, very good for fish farming. I decided to experiment on it. During that experimental stage, he came and stayed with me. We had fish pond. It was six in number by then. We stocked the first set of the catfish. We ran into problems, and we started to bear with it. The second stock is that one of my colleagues introduced me to Esterotis. It's a long type of tilapia.
With scale, yeah.
With scale, a long type of tilapia.
Yeah.
But it doesn't eat vegetable like tilapia. It eats normal food. When we were happy doing the work with all anxiety, one day as we woke up to the place, some boys have entered and cleared the whole place. Yeah. So that was why I say fish pond is very risky. Yeah. And for him to come and start fish pond here in a dry land, I said, you're going to spend more. You're going to spend more. And also it's a very risky business. Because when I lost that, to be frank, I stopped doing fish farming. But it's encouraging me today to go back to the business. And I know that what I'm seeing here is more than what I was expecting to know in fish farming. Fish farming is actually a science of its own.
Yeah.
It's a science of its own. The more you do it, the more you understand. But one thing I happen to be confused or not certain about is that it appears as if you are out from the business is out from you. That's the business is out from you. So I'm trying to, as it were, go back to where I have fallen. And that is seem to be a very long, notwithstanding, since it has been in my mind to do this type of a thing, I will buckle my belts.
Yes.
I will step out the gate.
Yes.
I will do the needful.
Yes.
That's the little I want to say for now.
Okay, so thank you very much. So this is my uncle engineer Matthew Akban. He has told you why he did not want me to go into that fish farming based on the experience he had. But right now, I tell you, he's very, very impressed, and then he wished to go into, as I said earlier, he worked with Sapele Power Station. He studied engineering, I understand, worked as a staff.
Yes.
I understand.
Yes.
That was why I also went to school and I studied electrical engineering, because that is what he was doing. So he inspired me in all that I did to what I'm doing today. All right, and he retired.
I retired
As what, please? They want to know. He's a senior, you know.
I retired as a principal manager, instrumentation and control.
Yeah.
Wow.
Instrumentation and control.
Principal manager.
Principal manager,
Yeah.
instrumentation and control. Anything that have no control is a very risky thing. Imagine a machine that produces 10 megawatts, or some machine we produce. The one that I was handling before I retired was generating 75 megawatts. If you have that type of machine and put it in the grid, that's the language you use. You put the machine on the grid. If you are not controlling it, it can even drag the grid, or the grid drag the machine. So this machine needs to be put under surveillance with limits. These are the limits you machine will operate. Outside this, you are bound to run into problems or issues. For that extent, we set limits. This is a level, the temperature, the pressure. Those are the two critical things. The temperature and the pressure, we set those limits so that the machine will be able to generate effectively and deliver effectively.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so for those of you that understand in electrical engineering, or maybe control, as he has said, you understand. But if you are here just for fish, please just take the fish section and then leave the engineering section for engineers. However, as I said earlier, I went into aquaculture and then I applied engineering knowledge. You understand? So what we are doing here is an applied aquaculture. Applied aquaculture, because we apply engineering into aquaculture, making us to be somehow better than people that just study fishery, like David, the man behind the camera. Yeah. So David, yeah, as I said earlier, right here, we have a lot of people. We have core members, NYC members, they do post to us. We have IT people, they do post to us, and a lot of people. And I want you to say, are you really impressed with what you've seen, you know, as regards, you know, what I'm doing?
More than impressed.
Yeah, so my uncle is impressed. All right, so I'm so happy that I learned under him. In fact, I do tell people that God took me to Delta State in order to go and teach me the business I will do when I'm grown. All right, and I can still remember when I fell inside a fish pond. Then in Delta State, I was trying to walk past a palm tree that crossed a particular fish pond. As I was passing, I slipped and I fell inside. I didn't know how to swim. You have to jump inside the pond to bring me out. That was the day I was baptized as a fish farmer. That's the day I was baptized as a fish farmer. So please, if you want to go into this business, learn how to swim, because any day you can fall inside. Like David, the man behind the camera, who just graduated from University of Lagos, serving with us, NYSC. He said that swimming is a compulsory course in fishery over there in University of Lagos. So it's something you guys need to do. Don't go into fish farming, especially those of you that have 18 pond and big ponds without knowing how to swim, so that fish will not turn you to feed. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And before people will say, my followers, they will be curious to say, why didn't you introduce the other person?
I'm the one to introduce myself.
Okay.
Good evening.
Yeah, good,
everyone.
yeah, good evening.
It's wonderful that it happens in a time, in a day like this, that none of us expected.
Okay.
But I want to say God always arranges his own thing in a mysterious ways.
Yes.
You happen to visit your mother, your father, not to come to the farm. But since it's designed by God for us to meet, so that we can learn more, and probably me, that doesn't know anything concerning farming, I'm learning enough today.
Yeah.
The most thing that surprised me is that my brother, who is an engineer, turned into farming. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
That is to say, in a few years to